As if Carrie and Prom Night weren't bad enough, here's another movie to make you afraid of prom night, and that's The Loved Ones. Now, this is a truly intense movie from Australia, actually, so they really know how to do it out there. Basically, the best way to describe this movie, think of like an Australian adolescent version of Misery on like bath salts or something. It's truly fucked up, truly intense. They really know how to do it over there. So applaud Australia for their horror movie making abilities. Very kind of simple plot to it, where we have this kid. He's a seemingly normal kid, has a normal life. You know, he's dealing with some past tragedies. He's in a relationship, but there's a girl who at school, Lola, who has a crush on him. And she asks him very meekly, "Will you go to the prom with me?" He's like, "Oh, no, sorry, I can't do that. You know, I got my girl over there." I can't do Australian accent, but you know what I mean. And so, any other normal movie, maybe that would be that. Maybe she'd, just take someone else. I don't know. But instead, she kidnaps him and puts him through horrible, horrible torture. And as we learn, this is not the first time that she's done that. And what follows is this sadistic road through hell that this poor character has to endure. And he endures a lot with some very creepy things from this character. She's very demented, very sick. She has her father to help her with some of the more dirty work, and there's a weird kind of incestuous relationship going on there. They're both out of their fucking minds. They both don't seem to care about how much torture they put him through because they've done it before. And it's really about kind of the tension of, putting yourself in this character's shoes and thinking, oh my god, what would I do in this situation like this? How could I possibly escape? And through the whole movie, we're rooting for him to get out of it. But it's a harsh road down that way. And for all that it is, I mean, it's a fairly short movie. Like, I think it's not even an hour and a half, I'd say. So if we can accuse it of one major thing that maybe makes it not quite as great as it could have been, they do have this kind of side plot with his friend who's actually at the prom, and kind of his unrelated little adventure that he has with a girl that he takes, who's kind of this miscreant kind of girl who's kind of out of his league and kind of a bad girl, and he's just trying to have a good time. And like it's nice, it's fine, but it doesn't really relate to the overall story. And you could argue maybe this story is so particularly intense. Like, I would say this is more intense than something like say Misery, which was an intense movie in and of itself, a very claustrophobic movie. There are very few scenes, except for maybe like the scenes with Richard Farnsworth, where we see like the sheriff's office and things like that. Other than a very, very few scenes, we're not away from these characters. Here, they kind of cut back and forth quite a bit, and they show this other character, which gives us some breathing room. Like, maybe it is a little bit too intense. Maybe like I would like shut off this movie vomiting if it weren't for that. So it's hard to say. But I think I think it's as intense as it is. I think we can handle it as an audience a little bit. So I think maybe it kind of hurts the movie, but not to the point where I wouldn't recommend it. I'd say this is an excellent film. This is one of the first movies I actually watched on Netflix. I remember seeing this bizarre kind of cover. It's like, is she the good guy of this movie? She looks like she's saving the day on her prom night or something like that. No, it couldn't be further from the truth. And she's just an insane and very memorable character. One of the best horror villains of recent memory. I'm surprised they haven't made some kind of sequel or something like that. But I mean, the movie is insane. It's very funny too. Again, kind of like a similar sense of Your Next, where within a certain mindset you can kind of view it as a very black comedy, but even this one I'm kind of reserving myself a little bit because it's an intense movie and it's a fucked up movie, and that's what should be on the cover here. I think they say, oh, a truly demented masterpiece. No, just tell it like it is, really fucked up. So yeah, I don't want to give away too much on this one, but if you haven't seen it, check it out. Seriously, it's one of the best horror films of the last couple of years. I think this only came out about 5 years or so ago. So it's still kind of being discovered, still kind of making its rounds into being a firm classic in, October horror-thons, Halloween, 31 Days of Horror, kind of stuff like that. So I gladly make it an addition to my rounds. Truly good film. So thanks very much for watching. Be sure to comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. Visit Derek237.com. And until next time, I'll see you later.